recording. So, Henaro,
Indeed, recording. Perfect.
we are back.
Finally, after a long break.
It was a summer holiday break.
And it was...
First of all, sorry, we didn't notify before. Yeah.
Yeah, but once in a while, I think, okay, you deserve also to have a rest.
Exactly. It was kind of a rest time for us, which actually doesn't mean that we're going to keep... doesn't mean that we are going to keep shooting another episodes, because the summer is still going on.
Exactly. You're fully right.
So this is just, let's say this is just a, warming up session.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when the time comes, we're gonna even shoot more, Let's enjoy the summer first, because this summer is a bit different than the others. Like, we don't have much more sun. And once the sun is there, we wanna go to the lake, go to the pool, whatever.
Yeah, definitely. And just one thing, that as you already know, Tunchai, okay, the weather impacts the mood of the people. And now everybody has a good mood. So I want really to use that and to go out. Let's go to the beer garden. Let's meet with friends. Go to the park, to the swimming pool, and then after that, okay, when the summer ends and everything goes back to be gray and gloomy, then we go back to do episodes every single week. It sounds sarcastic,
exactly.
but you know that it's a hidden truth over there.
Exactly. Okay, so let's do our
Tacos and Döner Tales.
Usual openings.
Yes.
First of all, Henaro,
Tunchai,
welcome to the another episodes of
Tacos and Döner Tales
in Germany.
Very good.
Okay, before we start, before we go into our topic, I just want to ask you something different.
Please.
First of all, it has nothing to do with our topic today.
Okay.
But it's a hot topic in Turkey, and I want to ask you, do you guys have stray dogs in Mexico?
Well, okay, first of all, I think it would be good if you explain what you mean with the stray dog.
Yeah, just dogs, walking around in the streets, like there is no owner whatsoever.
Okay,
so, like, let's say dog gangs. Yeah?
Dog and okay, we call it in Mexico street dogs.
Yeah, it's actually chicken translation from Turkish to English is also street dogs, but I think in English they say stray dogs.
Okay. Okay, something new. And to answer your questions, yes, of course, definitely, plenty.
Yeah, there are a lot, right?
Yeah, definitely, sure.
Have you noticed that in Europe, actually, you don't see them? I mean, there is none.
Yes, basically there are none. They are non-existent. Yes, you're right.
Okay.
Western Europe, I would say. Yeah, but yes, in general, yeah.
I actually didn't see also in Eastern Europe. I haven't been in Russia, Ukraine, but let's say
right now it's complicated.
Poland, I also didn't see, because I think there also it's cold. Maybe that's why it's hard to survive.
Yeah, poor
anyway,
animals.
my question is you, or let me talk about this hot topic in Turkey. What's going on? So lately, due to stray dogs, street dogs, street dogs started to cause a lot of problems were also there, but I think lately they kind of like produced more, and they kind of caused like people's life. They attack people. Mostly they attack younger people or kids, or they attack old people. I mean, of course, if you are adult enough, you can run away, but even if you run away, because they walk around as a gang, it's very hard to get away from them. So now what's happening in Turkey, a government brought a new law that they're gonna kill all the stray dogs, street dogs in Turkey. Okay, it sounds crucial, but now the Turkey again separated as two parts, yeah? Those people who support the idea and those people who don't support the idea. I mean, I would say both parties have right. So those people who support the idea, they say, okay, guys, you guys are living in the, in the good apartments. You guys have security. Of course, you don't see those dogs, but mostly those dogs are walking around in the streets, in the poor streets.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's happening. Doesn't matter what's happening. It's happening to those poor people. Yeah, and you just complain from your balcony, from the high security apartment, saying that okay, animals have to live, blah blah. Yeah, and other party says, not party, but other people says, how come you do this? You don't have a heart. Stray dogs, street dogs were the part of the society from the sea story on Turkey. You know, how come you do this? You can't do this. It's a murder. It's a blah 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 blah. So it's, for me, I can't really decide on what. I can't really decide on any actual opinion. On one hand, yeah, it is actually it's a life, you know, and it's really cruel. It's really cruel to take those, you know, lovely lives like that, because they are already in the street and they have already a hard time, and then they're just gonna get killed. But on the other hand, if it is causing people's life, it kinda, you know, sounds plausible. And I just wanna ask you how Mexico actually deals with the stray dogs. How is it going in Mexico? You know, it's really interesting, right? This topic is, I find it really interesting. Okay, in Europe you don't have street dogs, but it's Europe.
Yes, yeah, and I understand your point. And to be honest, okay, I was not that prepared for that, and to be
Yeah, just
yeah,
say your idea.
but at least what I have seen in Mexico, of course there are a lot of street dogs. Well, I would not say a lot, but of course you find street dogs, and you know, especially in neighborhoods where they are not, let's say, poor neighborhoods, or also sometimes at markets you can also find some street dogs. But I have never seen any street dog that has been aggressive to other people. Now somehow among the society, I don't, let me put it in a different way. These dogs, they are used for people just passing by, walking around. And we all know that, for example, if we see a street dog, at least you have to respect him or respect her. That means that you don't do that. If, for example, if they are eating, if they are drinking water, if they are doing something like for example, at least feeding themselves, you don't mess with them. Yeah, because you know that they can get aggressive.
But don't you have like dog gangs in the streets?
Because you say dog gangs, that you mean
you know, like 5 dogs at once, just chilling. You know what I mean?
To be honest,
in a street, and sometimes you only see one dog, and he starts barking at you, and then you see 4 or 5 other dogs running at you. It's you don't have this.
Okay, okay. That is a little bit outside of Mexican situation, because yeah, you have the dogs, you see 1 or 2, but I have never seen a gang
For real?
of dogs. Yeah, really.
Okay.
That you have 5 that you're just passing by, and then suddenly, okay, you're attacked by 5 or 4 dogs. No, what I have seen, okay, maybe 2, you're walking, but at the end they're walking in the street. You know, some people feed those dogs, so the dogs, they remain loyal to those people, so they are also kind of chill out. They do not get so much aggressive unless you try to steal the food out from them, which of course I would do. I would be also aggressive if somebody tries to steal my food. But like that, no.
Usually, what does government do? Usually, I think it's called castration.
Yes. Yeah.
They have to do it for the long term, so that they will not produce anymore. Yeah. So that they will be less and less and less. If you lose a track of that, you can't really, you know, it's gone. They're producing like a rabbit, and then they become gangs. This is what happened in Turkey. Anyway, I just wanted to ask your idea how the situation is in Mexico. Maybe the government did its job. Castration was there, and then they are not a lot like a gang in Turkey. That's why they are cute. You know.
Yeah, kind of. But nevertheless, I must tell you very quickly that once when I was a child, I was 12 years old. I was just passing by on a street, and then 2 dogs, they approached me and they started barking at me. They didn't attack me, but I was kind of scared because
Yeah.
just imagine, it was a big dog for at least for a kid who was 12 years old, and say if the dog had decided to attack me, there would have been consequences for me.
But exactly. So he barked at you, but
But nothing happened. I just stayed calm. I just stayed chill. Okay, I'm alone at the street. I cannot outrun a dog.
this is good. This
I
is a good example because in Turkey, look what happened. The dog barks at a really little kid, and then he was really scared, and he just ran into the asphalt or
Mm-hmm.
to the street, the road, the very busy road, and then he got smashed by
By a car.
a car, and he's dead.
No. I'm sorry to hear
It's
that.
a bit, yeah, it's a bit okay,
Yeah.
contradicting.
But the kid is not. It's not kid's fault. If you see a kid, of course he will get
No, not at all.
scared
not at all.
if a big dog comes and barks at you, especially if you don't know that dog. It's kind of scary, to be honest.
So Henaro, let's get back to our own topic.
Yes,
So, what is the topic today, Henaro?
the topic today. I think that with this question that I'm about to ask, I think you already know about it.
Exactly.
Okay, please. And I think it's really a really easy question. Okay, according to your opinion, which is the most popular sport in the world?
In the world,
Worldwide, the most popular one.
I think I'm gonna just blind guess on that, and then I will say football.
Okay, in that case, it wasn't that complicated.
Yeah.
We already know here. We the football is basically the main sport. When I mean football, I mean football soccer. The real football.
Mhm.
Just to be clear, because we have audience from other places in the world, but they call football another kind of sport. But in case football soccer, yes, of course.
Soccer, yeah.
Yeah, soccer game. But and let's keep that in the scope. And what do you think is the most viewed sport event in the world?
Yeah, if it is soccer or football, it's gonna be then football again. The most weird sport in the world, isn't it?
Don't you think that the Olympics could be even?
Yeah, okay, Olympics, but it's bunch of sports, yeah. If you put like one by one, I think football would be the winner.
And you're right. And because actually the most popular sport, it also makes sense that its event, its main event, which is the World Cup, it is the most viewed, let's say, sport event in the world. Okay, I must say something because there are also different sources. Some of them they say, okay, there are also some other sports there are some events that are even that they have more viewers, such like cricket, for example. When India plays against Pakistan, there's a very high, very populated countries, and just with the whole country watching, okay, there's no match. Tour of France is also has a huge amount of viewers, but okay, let's put let's put our eyes on the football. And something that you notice, okay, 1 month ago it was a Euro Cup. The Euro Cup was celebrated here in Germany, which actually was quite cool.
Yes, it was also really exciting for me.
Yeah, indeed. And something you have noticed, okay, a lot of countries, okay, European countries, okay, European fans, they travel here to Germany. They do big parties, they gather, they enjoy the games, the atmosphere. And something that you have seen, it generates a lot of passion.
Of course.
Yeah,
a lot of emotion, right?
There's always a little bit emotion. Sometimes I must say, okay, the line between passion and fanatism is quite thin, but nevertheless, let's keep on the positive side. There's a lot of passion. And especially because sometimes, for example, when your country is going to play against another country, let's say your neighboring country, which usually you have a healthy rivalry. You want to beat them. Okay, they beat you last year. Now this year you want to beat them. They are the neighbors.
And sweet rivalry. Yeah, rivalry.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way.
Lovely rivalry. Sweet. which for example in this case, just imagine Germany plays against France. But did you know the Germans?
Passion is there.
The passion is there. Also, I also know, for example, when Netherlands they play against Germany, they want to beat the Germans. Okay, the neighbor in the south, they want to beat them. And Also the same from Poland against Germany. There's always this rivalry. Just parenthesis, because we're talking about the Euro Cup. It's something that also happens. Mexico against the United States,
Yeah.
for example, when there's gonna be a football match. At least in the past, it could get really, really hot. And then say hot, okay, cross the lines, which is not good.
Is it in the hooliganism level, or it's just a sweet against
It's still
sweet competition?
It's sweet competition, but nevertheless, there's a lot of heat. In the stadium, there's also comments here, comments there. When the players, after 2 or 3 faults, if one team is losing, it gets heat up, and then starts to be a little bit more aggressive. There's always a little bit heat over there.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. So it recalls passion. Yeah, you bring everything. But something that I just wanted to tell you, and because I know that Turkey played in this Euro Cup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Bring it on.
and you're already smiling. But tell me, Tunçay, indeed, did you watch all the games of Turkey? Were you following them? How's your experience?
Okay, now we are talking.
Yeah, please.
Honestly speaking,
Yeah.
I'm not really interested in football. I was not interested in football that much.
What?
Yeah, I wasn't really following the footballs, whatever. But in this European, how do you say European?
I call it Euro Cup.
Yeah. In this Euro Cup, I was also excited. I was also participating the whole Turkish games, because the passion, the emotion was there.
Mm-hmm.
The first matches, I didn't really pay attention, or I didn't really care. I still watched, but I'm like, okay, I don't really believe in this team because the defense, it sucks. But then they made it to some point. Yeah, they almost they were about to go to the finals.
Yeah, they qualify.
Yeah, they lost against Holland.
Talking about Holland.
Anyway, yeah, so I was surprised, and many people were surprised. Turkish people were surprised, but I don't know if you heard of this. Yeah, so because we don't win a lot of cups, yeah, like as a Turkish team, yeah. So if Turkish team wins, all the Turkish people in Germany, they go out, they celebrate, sometimes it's a bit too much. I mean, if you ask me, it's a bit too much, because it's a bit too much that they disturb other people.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are also lots of Turkish people around. They go out, they even bring this, what was it called? Like
the drums.
Like cars around honking all the time. I don't know if you heard of this, yeah? If the saying, if you hear honking outside, either there's a Turkish wedding, or Turkey scored. I'm not saying that Turkey win. Turkey scored. So.
Oh, that's a huge difference. But actually, to be honest, Turkey made a good role. I think he was playing good. They qualified in the group phase, and actually they went in the round of 16 against Austria. And I still remember they beat Austria.
Yeah. So never underestimate your
opponent.
Your opponents. So I wasn't also expecting to actually, beat Austria. I bet, against Turkey.
Really?
Yeah, come on, Austria. I thought, okay, we're gonna get like 4. They're gonna beat us 4-1 or 4-0, whatever. But we did it. Yeah, it was really a good moment for us. Also, we were watching with friends. Also, in that game, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
One of our player, he scored. After he scored, he did a sign, wolf like this. I'm doing also now.
Mm-hmm.
Normally I don't do, but
now you're doing. Yeah. You mean okay? Good. You made the sign.
So all of a sudden, German media says, "Oh, scandal, whatever. How come Turkish player do this?" And I'm like, "What's going on?" The headlines like this: a Turkish football player did a sign which is highly nationalist.
What?
Which reflects highly nationalist idea, and there is no politics in the game. Holy crap. And then the woman who noticed this, she works in parliament. I think she's politician. I don't know if she is interior minister. I don't know, but man, if you don't say to anyone this is nationalist, etc. Blah blah. No one actually would know. Only Turkish people knows. What does it mean? Okay, it's being used with by very nationalities, very nationalist party. Sorry,
Nationalist Party, yeah.
but also wolf has a history, has a like big meaning in the Turkish history, and you can't just say that it's really politics, etc. Blah blah. No, the guy did it. Yeah, maybe he means that it's like Turkish power, is a wolf, because wolf is a good character in anywhere you go in the world. Wolf means strong character, and if you qualify yourself as a Turk, okay, if you know the history a bit, wolf has a meaning. Yeah, maybe the guy was just very happy he scored, and then he did this sign. It doesn't mean that it's really political. First, you should ask him in which purpose you did it, yeah? And then they banned him from the games.
Really? Was he not allowed to play anymore?
No.
Because of it?
No, they banned the fucking guy because he did this sign. On the other hand, by the way, I don't remember which player did it, but there was another player in the Euro Cup. He scored, and then he put his hand in his bunny, and then he played, just to show his emotions. So, I don't know, maybe Europe has different ethics standards. So, and then this guy was banned also, and then they said, okay, just one game ban, and then come back. But our player banned for, I think 2 or 3 times, or for good. Yeah, so...
That's how.
I actually don't like when Germany, it's a bit übertreiben, exaggeration. Anyway, so the emotion is out. Sorry, I needed to complain.
No, Tonchai, please. That's what this is for. I think that's already a very interesting point, really, to bring that out and to put it out on the table, because actually I remember. Because the day after Turkey beat Austria in the game, and then the day after that, okay, you came with this, and you were telling me exactly this thing.
I got stressed.
Yeah, and I know that you're not the only one who thinks like that. And to be honest, at least for me, it was completely transparent, because I have no clue. To be honest, I do not know it, but I know that a lot of Turkish people, they also think like you. That's, for example, you must understand the culture. You must understand how the people think. Okay, basically the culture, how the people are, in order to be able to judge them. And because that also happens, that also happens to Mexico. To be honest,
is it
something a little bit different? It's a different case, but also but Mexico has a problem with FIFA, because
I think I heard that.
You have heard that because. In the Mexican culture, we are very sarcastic. We like to laugh. We're always kind of, when we are in such kind of atmospheres, we make jokes, we laugh, and we don't mean anything bad. It's just more party-wise. It's just joking. It's this sarcastic moment. Yeah. And for example, every time that when the goalkeeper he's gonna, for example, when the goalkeeper he's gonna kick the ball. Yeah. So usually the fans of the other team, they're like, they're doing like this, and at the end, when he kicks the ball, they shout, puto, which means gay. But
really, just for that?
Yeah, just for that. But actually, that is something that Mexico, that it has been done in Mexico, not only on the national level, but also in the local level, in the local league. They also do that since I was a kid.
Is it Spanish or just
It's Spanish. It's
Mexican
normal.
Spanish.
No, it's just puto.
If you say puto in any Spanish, it's gay.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gay. The word is not nice, to be honest. Okay, you could say this is a tough word to say it, but yeah, everybody who speaks Spanish will easily understand what does that mean. But the point is that in Mexico, that has been done since years, since I was a kid, maybe even before. And suddenly there's like, oh no, you're offending the people. You're offending this. Even the gay people in Mexico, they do like this and they shout it. It's part of our world. You must be part of the culture in order to understand it. We don't mean any offense. We don't mean anything bad. We're just going through the game. I don't know what happened, how it started in the past, but now Mexico has to pay to the FIFA some.
Holy moly!
Yeah, has to pay, and there has been warnings. Okay, the next time Mexico will play, okay, on closed doors. That means there will be no publicum, there will be no public, there will be no people over there. So they are actually pushing Mexico to that. But Mexico, at least they don't have. How can you control, let's say, a stadium full of people that are doing that? 80,000, 60,000, 70,000. How can you control the people?
If you ask people not to do it, they would even do more. So it's just the human basic psychology, yeah. You can't ask your, fans that, okay, please don't do that. Of course, they would do even more.
Exactly, and the thing is, and the thing that I think that I really want to point out, because I actually understand your point, is that, hey, guys, before judging at least this Turkish guy, and according to what you are mentioning, first understand Turkey. Where is that coming from? What does the sign mean?
I mean, first of all,
it's the same for us.
Who's gonna get disturbed by this sign? Turkish people in Turkey. Yeah, it is not a international sign. First of all, yeah, it's only known in Turkey. That's why it's really absurd just writing this headline in the news, scandal, whatever. Okay, let's carry on. I know, okay, Turkish people are like, we're a bit emotional here because after we win the game, or we always go to the street and then we celebrate. Germans don't do it because Germans are really successful in the football game. They first start getting emotional if Germany goes to semi-final, yeah. I mean, even German friends say this, yeah. Okay, stop now, yeah. Let's first the group match, and then if you go to semi-final, then we will start cheering.
What a luxury do they have just by having such a good team, because they have long-term vision, good planning, and they have invested. Don't you?
Also, shit tons of money, yeah.
Of course, yeah. The amount of money that football moves, it's amazing. It's really amazing, and
I think you once told me that for Europe Cup it was 4 billion or 5 billion. How much was it?
Just to give you some data.
Yeah, very briefly, and then we're gonna close the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Just to close it with some hard facts, with some hard data. The World Cup in Qatar, and then again 2022, the revenue for FIFA, the revenue, 7.5 billion.
Holy crap!
7.5 billion with B.
And how long does this take? Like World Cup?
1 month.
Imagine in a month.
Just with all merchandising, with the merchandising, television rights, broadcasting rights, tickets, and everything that is related, sponsorship. Just think about it.
Yeah, of course. Then
it's another country. It has the budget of another country. The Euro Cup is a lot less, because it's not worldwide. Let's say the Euro Cup is just focused in Europe. It's also, we're talking about billion. I don't have here the exact figure, but it was, I think it was around 3.5 billion, which is also massively.
Of course,
it's a lot.
Of course, I mean, you go out with your friends, you want to watch the game, you drink beer, you need some beverages, or you buy tricot,
t-shirt, merchandising,
exactly,
and
it's a big sector, right?
It's a lot. And something also, another hard fact, and here I will use this space in order just to let my feelings out. Sorry, Tuncha, I just also need to
please go on. Today is a complaint day.
Today is a complaint day, or the complaint podcast. Do you know that which are the countries that they spend the most in World Cups? In this case, I will give you the top 4 countries that they spent the most in the last World Cup in Qatar in 2022. Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they are neighboring. Of course, Qatar is their neighboring country. It makes sense. They also have plenty of money, for sure.
Yeah,
United States.
of course.
Mexico.
Mexico, but they are banned. Yeah, Mexico is banned.
It's not bad. No, Mexico went there and played, but Mexico has a very bad team.
Okay.
But nevertheless, they are one of the top spenders, and the UK.
Ah,
Those are
of
the
course,
top 4 countries that they spend the most. But here, if you see, okay, Mexico does not belong in the club of the rich countries. Yeah, Mexico has
Mhm.
money, or it's a developing country, but they don't have we don't have such kind of purchasing power if you compare to other countries. But nevertheless, we're on the top 3 nations that spend the most in football. How can that be with such a bad team? My God.
Which tells me, actually,
Yes.
which tells me that Mexican people are also emotional when it comes to football.
Definitely. I will say, okay, we need to change. We need to change how the planning or the schematic, the whole environment of the football in Mexico. We need to develop our football. We have the money and we have all the fans and we have all the infrastructure to build it. But everything is short term, is controlled by 2-3 guys
Mhm.
that actually they profit a lot for these bad mediocre results of Mexico. Mexico
Mhm.
always goes and plays, for example, plays in the United States because
Mhm.
we're neighboring. So they go there, they play in the United States just against, I do not know, not so very good teams. And because in the United States the purchasing power of all the Mexican community is quite high, they go there instead of focusing in their own land, exporting players, or going to really important tournaments such as the one of Copa America, Copa Libertadores in Brazil, in Argentina, really playing with the best. No, my God, it's just fucked up. And then really, as an emotion, I was really a huge football fan. I was really following everything. You can ask me anything, and I was able just to answer it on the spot.
Like in the world or in in Mexico?
Mexico and also worldwide. If you're a fan of football, you know. But my heart got broken so many times by my country when they were playing the World Cup. Say, okay, with this team, okay, will we be able to do it? And every single time there was a scandal, there was a fucked up, there was a bad decision, everything short term, everything, and they screwed it up. It's like, okay, I lost it. I lost that passion. But as you see, okay,
The same for Turkey.
yeah,
I
it's
can
the-
understand. I can understand the frustration.
the anger is still there. My God, change something. And for all the Mexican fans, if we want to change the future of our football, let's stop buying all the merchandising. That means stop talking about football. Okay, I'm talking right now about football, but I am giving a message. Stop talking about football, stop watching football, and stop buying all the merchandise. All the Mexicans that are traveling, they're always wearing the football t-shirt of Mexico. Use another Mexican t-shirt. There are plenty. I have said. Sorry, Tuncha.
That also needed to be out. That's good.
Even I'm sweating. But
Okay.
yeah, I just wanted to close with it. The alarm already sounded a couple of times.
Like complaint session is finished today.
Yeah, let's call it the
We-
complaint session.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We can go back to our summer holiday.
let's go back to the summer holiday and then later talk about the Olympic Games, which is also something about very
yeah.
similar.
Let's
yes.
do it. Okay.
Yeah.
We can even do it like during the Olympic game, or
Yeah, next
or
week.
it's gonna be only 1 week or
No, the Olympic is
Like
still
1,
2 weeks, 3
2
weeks.
weeks. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we still
Let's
have
do it. Okay. Another episode after the Olympic Games.
Done it.
Tacos and Döner Tales.
In Germany.